Hello, I'm Robert, and you're welcome here in my busy little shop. On today's episode of What's on My Workbench, it's leather. And today's topic is going to be talking about leather. I think when a lot of people go out to purchase an item that's made out of leather, they look at a label and they try to determine, is this a quality product or not? So don't go away. I know there's some people are like, oh, I don't want to hear about that. But whether you're a leather artisan or you're a consumer of leather, the topic's an important one, and I'm going to break this down and hopefully clarify a few misconceptions. I'm glad you're in the shop with me today. So I thought I would do just a little bit of hand sewing on this project here and cover the topic a little bit here, but then I've got a point I want to make. And like I said, I believe that a lot of people have misconceptions as to what they're buying depending on how it's labeled. Now, with that said, I've said in the past, two scariest words in leather industry is genuine leather. And there's a lot of people that would say if it says genuine leather, it's not any good. Now, that I think in today's world can be close to true, but it also could be that the item comes from a part of the world where genuine leather is just the definition for what you're working with. And so let me pause here. I want to show you this that I'm working on and get your impression of it. So it's 2 layers of leather that I've laminated together. I'm hand stitching it here with some white Tiger Itza thread, and it's dyed to a dark chocolate brown. Now you may say, wow, that's really pretty. And it is pretty, but is it durable? I prepared this from 2 pieces of leather that in the industry would be considered splits. So this is leather that the leather was too thick for what I wanted to work, so I stripped some of the back side of it off, keeping the premium top layer, which would be top grain or full grain leather. This is genuine leather, and if I made a belt out of this, I could sell this as a genuine leather belt. But I'm not going to do that. But let's talk a little bit about how we got to this point. Okay, so let's just talk just for a few minutes here, and I won't drag this out, but I want to make a couple points that will help a lot of people understand. This is full grain leather. It's 9 ounces. This has got wrinkles in it and what people would call imperfections. Now, this is from down in the belly area, and it's not really great for making belts out of, but for my point here, I just want to illustrate. This is top grain leather. This top layer here is where a lot of the strength of this hide comes from. The rest of this is not as strong. If you split this in half, the bottom half is much weaker than the top half. And so if I'm ordering from a tannery leather and I want it to be 6-ounce leather, I'm going to say, send me a side of 6-ounce leather. They're like, no problem. They pull it through a machine and it strips off thickness of leather off the back side to leave me with 6 ounces of top grain leather. The part that comes off is called a split. That's what this is. This is a split that I split off of a hide myself. So if I wanted 6 ounces on that, that means they would pull off about 3, and that's what this is, 3 ounces. This is what I would have left after removing the 6 ounces from the top of the belt. Now, this is still leather. This is genuine leather. And this genuine leather doesn't have very much strength. I can't tear a 3 or 4 ounce piece of the top side of this leather. So here's a belt that I purchased from a thrift store. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but it says genuine leather here. And I showed this belt last year, and I've held on to it. So this is what a genuine leather belt could look like. Genuine leather, same belt. The top layer is vinyl. It's got paper, cardboard paper between the layers, not corrugated, but cardboard. And then this little thin thing here on the back, that's the genuine leather. So when you buy that belt and it starts to break at that hole and you see white fibers or paper, it's because it's not a leather belt through and through. So would I rather have this tired belt or this belt? Well, this tired belt here is made from 10.5 ounces of full grain leather. You can oil this thing, and I know I can get, I could probably get 20 more years of wearing this every day. So the leather that the item is made out of is what the importance is. And I just wanted to create this. It's got a nice burnish on the edge. It's got a nice color here. I could make it shinier. I could make it with more of a matte. I could tool this. Probably wouldn't take tooling very well. But my point is that just because it says genuine leather doesn't mean that it's a good quality leather good. As you can see here. This side here, this split's a little bit thicker, so it'd probably be harder to tear, but it doesn't have the strength that you would get with this top grain leather. So what I'm trying to do is I'm not trying to cloud the water. I'm trying to make it as clear as possible. This is genuine leather. This has genuine leather on the back. That is where it is stamped. It says genuine leather. The front is genuine vinyl. In between is genuine paper. This is genuine leather. This would make a great belt if it wasn't from the belly. I don't like it from the belly for that. You could use that, but it doesn't make a stable belt. It doesn't make one that keeps from stretching like you would get if it's from along the back of the animal. So like I said at the beginning, genuine leather to me are two of the scariest words in the leather industry because it really doesn't define anything. It's genuine leather. It doesn't tell you what part of it is. It could be splits like this. This is still genuine leather. It could be a quality belt made by a local artisan that is made out of some of the best leather that you can get. You just don't know. The only two words that are scarier than that is bonded leather. And if you see bonded leather, think particle board, because that's exactly what it is. They take the ground up parts, the sanded off parts, and it's mixed with a resin to create a strip of leather to make a belt out of. It says bonded leather. It's the particle board of leather. I hope this clarifies things. I appreciate you taking some of your valuable time today to watch my video on this. If you found this interesting or useful, consider sharing it with others. And obviously, leave me a comment and let me know what you think of this content. Please like, share, and subscribe. And more importantly, have a great day.